The massive alien ship hung in Earth's orbit like a dark cloud on a sunny day. Its smooth, metallic surface reflected the sunlight, creating an intimidating display of power that was visible even from the ground. Smaller ships surrounded it like faithful servants around their master, their weapons pointed directly at Earth's major cities. Inside the United Nations Emergency Council chamber, the air was thick with tension. Military leaders from different nations sat around the large circular table, their eyes fixed on the giant screen showing the alien fleet. They had expected many things when they first detected the approaching ships 3 days ago, but nothing had prepared them for what happened next. The screen flickered, and a tall, gray-skinned figure appeared. Commander Axe of the Stellar Dominion stood proud, his 4 eyes blinking in an unsettling pattern. His uniform, decorated with strange symbols, seemed to shift colors under the light. Behind him, his crew worked at their stations, their movements quick and nervous. "People of Earth," Commander Axe's voice boomed through the speakers. "Your planet has been chosen for conquest by the Stellar Dominion. Your weapons are primitive, your defense is weak. Submit now, or we will be forced to unleash our most terrible weapon upon your world." The room remained quiet, too quiet for an invasion threat. Captain Tom Wilson, Earth's chosen representative, stepped forward. He was a middle-aged man with graying hair and calm blue eyes. His simple blue uniform stood in stark contrast to the alien commander's flashy attire. "Commander Axe," Tom spoke clearly, his voice steady. "Earth welcomes the opportunity for peaceful discussion. However, we cannot and will not submit to threats. Perhaps we could." Silence. Commander Axe's upper eyes narrowed while his lower ones widened, a sign of aggression in his species. "Your calmness, it disturbs me. You do not understand the gravity of your situation. We have studied your world, Captain Wilson. We have created the perfect weapon using DNA from your planet's most fearsome predator." Tom raised an eyebrow, his mind racing through Earth's predators. Lions? Tigers? Bears? What had these aliens discovered? The alien commander continued, his voice rising with excitement. "Our scientists have enhanced it, made it stronger, larger. Your own weapons will be useless against it." In the back of the room, General Roberts leaned towards Admiral Lee. "Is it just me," he whispered, "or does this feel like a bad movie script?" Tom maintained his diplomatic posture, though a small smile tugged at the corner of his mouth. Something about the aliens' behavior seemed off. Their technology was clearly advanced, yet they acted like nervous bullies trying to scare kids on a playground. "Would you care to demonstrate this weapon, Commander?" Tom asked politely, "so we can properly evaluate your threat." The alien crew behind Commander Axe visibly flinched at the mention of the weapon. One of them dropped a data pad, their hands shaking as they picked it up. "You dare?" Commander Axe's voice cracked slightly. "You dare to face our beast so casually? Your species truly is either brave beyond reason or foolish beyond measure." Tom shared a confused look with his colleagues. The aliens' fear seemed genuine, but something wasn't adding up. Their body language showed real terror at their own weapon, not the confident pride of a superior force. "We would like to see it," Tom confirmed, his curiosity now fully awakened. "Perhaps arrange a controlled demonstration." Commander Axe stepped back, all 4 eyes blinking rapidly. He turned to whisper something to his second-in-command, who looked ready to faint. "Very well," the alien commander finally responded, trying to hide the tremor in his voice. "We will prepare the beast for release in exactly 1 Earth hour. May your gods have mercy on your souls." The transmission cut off, leaving the room in silence for several seconds. "Well," Tom said, turning to face the council, "that was interesting." General Roberts stood up, stretching. "Either they're really good actors, or they're genuinely terrified of whatever this beast is." Did anyone else notice how their crew reacted? "Indeed," Admiral Lee nodded. "They seemed more scared than we were. Something's not right here." Tom looked back at the screen, now showing only the alien fleet. In his 20 years of military service, he had never encountered anything quite like this. These aliens had the technology to cross galaxies, yet they acted like scared children trying to appear tough. "Alert all forces," he ordered, "but tell them to hold their fire. Something tells me this beast might not be what we expect." As the council members left to prepare for whatever was coming, Tom couldn't shake the feeling that they were about to witness something either absolutely terrifying or absolutely ridiculous. 1 hour passed very slowly. The United Nations building was now surrounded by tanks, soldiers, and news crews. Everyone waited to see the terrible weapon the aliens had promised. In the sky, the alien ships moved to form a circle above New York City. Captain Tom Wilson stood outside with General Mike and Admiral Joe. They wore protective gear, just in case. Behind them, soldiers pointed their guns at the sky, ready for anything, or so they thought. "Look!" someone shouted. A bright blue light appeared from the bottom of the main alien ship. It looked like an elevator made of light, coming down from space. Commander Axe's voice boomed from speakers on his ship. "People of Earth, prepare to face your doom. Behold, the beast." The blue light touched the ground. Everyone held their breath. Soldiers gripped their weapons tighter. Then something started to come down through the light. First, they saw a small container. It looked like a fancy pet carrier made of silver metal. It floated down slowly until it reached the ground. The blue light disappeared, leaving the container sitting on the grass. General Mike looked confused. "That's a bit small for a terrible weapon, isn't it?" Before anyone could answer, Commander Axe spoke again. "Watch in terror as we release your planet's most fearsome predator, enhanced by our science." The front of the container opened with a soft hiss. For a moment, nothing happened. Then out walked a puppy. Not just any puppy, a golden retriever puppy. It was a bit bigger than normal, maybe the size of a full-grown border collie, but it was definitely just a puppy. Its tail wagged happily as it looked around with bright, friendly eyes. Captain Tom blinked several times. Next to him, General Mike's mouth fell open. The soldiers lowered their guns, looking confused. The puppy spotted the group of humans and its tail wagged faster. It bounded toward them with the typical clumsy joy of a puppy, tongue hanging out and ears flopping. "Behold its terribility, APPROH." Commander Axe screamed from above, his voice shaking. "See how it teaches its prey." The puppy reached Captain Tom and sat down, lifting one paw in the universal dog sign for "Please pet me." Its golden fur shone in the sunlight, and it tilted its head to one side, looking adorable. "The beast demands a sacrifice." Commander Axe's voice was getting higher with panic. "It here forms the ritual of doom." Tom couldn't help himself. He knelt down and scratched the puppy behind its ears. The puppy's back legs started thumping against the ground in happiness. "THEYV lost their minds." One of the alien crew members screamed in the background. "THEYR actually touching it." The puppy rolled over, asking for belly rubs. More soldiers came forward, and soon the terrible beast was surrounded by humans petting it and baby talking to it. Someone found a tennis ball, and the puppy chased it across the grass, bringing it back with proud bounces. What kind of madness is this?" Commander Axe whispered, but his speakers were still on. "They're playing with it. How are they not terrified? It's a descendant of wolves. We made it bigger. It has sharp teeth." Admiral Joe picked up the ball the puppy had brought back. "Who's a good boy? Who's a good scary alien weapon?" "You are." "Yes, you are." The puppy barked happily and jumped around, waiting for the ball to be thrown again. Up in the alien ship, chaos was breaking out. Crew members were running around, some hiding under their control panels. Commander Axe kept switching between his ship's cameras, watching in horror as more humans came to pet and play with their ultimate weapon. "Sir," one of his crew shouted. They're letting it lick their faces. And they're laughing. Impossible. Commander Axe fell back into his command chair. We engineered it to be bigger, more powerful. How can they be so calm? Down on Earth, Captain Tom stood up, still patting the puppy's head. He looked up at the alien ships and smiled. "Commander Axe," he called out, knowing they could hear him. "I think we need to have a talk about Earth's animals, and maybe about the difference between wild wolves and domestic dogs." The puppy sat next to Tom, leaned against his leg, and gave a big, happy yawn. Somewhere in the alien ship, someone fainted. 6 months earlier, Stellar Dominion research ship Starseeker. Lead scientist Rod, his full name was too long for humans to say, stared at his computer screen. He and his team had been studying Earth's animals for 3 months now, trying to find the perfect creature to turn into a weapon. "Look at this," he called to his assistant Bix. "I found something interesting in Earth's history." On the screen was a picture of a gray wolf hunting in the snow. Next to it was a family photo with a golden retriever. "These creatures called dogs are descendants of these wolves," Rod explained, his 4 eyes wide with excitement. "And look how big they made this one. The humans clearly tried to make them bigger and stronger." Bix looked nervous. Like all their people, he came from a planet where the biggest animal was the size of a rabbit, and it only ate plants. "Are you sure that's what happened?" "Yes. See these old pictures." Rod pointed to cave paintings showing humans hunting with wolves. The humans used these predators to hunt other animals. They're still doing it today. He showed Bix a video of a police dog training session. The dog was jumping over walls and catching a person wearing protective gear. "See, they trained them to attack." Rod was getting more excited. "And look at this." He played a video of a golden retriever playing fetch at a beach. The dog jumped into the water, swam out, and brought back a ball. "Amazing hunting skills," Rod wrote in his notes. "Can chase prey on land and in water. And see how happy it looks after catching something. These are born killers." Bix watched another video of a puppy trying to catch its own tail. "Sir, are you sure?" "And here's the best part," Rod interrupted. "Look at all these different types of dogs. The humans changed them to be better at different kinds of hunting." He showed pictures of different dog breeds. "See, this one has short legs to hunt small animals in holes. This one has thick fur to hunt in cold places. This one is big and strong to hunt large prey." What Rod didn't understand was that he was looking at a Dachshund, a Husky, and a Great Dane, all sleeping on couches with their families. "But sir," Bix pointed at another screen showing a dog getting belly rubs. "What about all these videos of them with humans?" "Ah," Rod's top eyes widened. "That's the clever part. The humans keep them as pets to maintain their hunting instincts. See how they pat them. They're training them to attack on command." He played a video of someone teaching their dog to shake hands. "Look, combat training. The humans are teaching them to grab with their paws." Bix watched a puppy fall over while trying to catch a butterfly. "I don't think. We must tell Commander Axe." Rod started typing quickly. "If we can make one of these creatures bigger and stronger, we'll have the perfect weapon. The humans won't expect their own hunting beasts to be used against them." He sent his report to Commander Axe, feeling very proud. At the bottom, he wrote, "Suggestion: use the golden retriever type. They are excellent at bringing things back after catching them." Commander Axe read the report the next day. Having never seen a dog in real life, he trusted his scientists' research. He gave Rod permission to take a golden retriever puppy and make it slightly bigger using their technology. "This will be the weapon that makes Earth surrender," Rod told his team as they started their work. "No one can stand against an enhanced hunting beast." In the corner of the lab, Bix watched another video of a golden retriever trying to make friends with a butterfly. He tried one more time to speak up, but Rod was too excited to listen. And that's how the Stellar Dominion ended up sending a slightly oversized golden retriever puppy to conquer Earth. Some say Bix tried to tell them 13 more times that something seemed wrong with their research, but nobody listened to him until it was too late. After the first contact with the puppy, Captain Tom Wilson invited Commander Axe to send more of their weapons to different cities. The alien commander thought this was very brave or very foolish. He decided to test Earth's defenses by releasing puppies in 5 major cities at once. The next morning, 5 blue light beams appeared over New York, London, Tokyo, Sydney, and Paris. In each city, a silver container floated down from the sky. Commander Axe watched from his ship, expecting scenes of terror. Instead, he got something very different. In New York, the puppy ran straight to Central Park. It found a group of children playing frisbee and joined their game. The children laughed and threw the frisbee higher, watching the bigger-than-normal puppy jump amazingly high to catch it. The beast has taken control of the young ones. One of Axe's crew members screamed, watching the video feed. It's making them throw things for its amusement. In London, the puppy discovered a hot dog stand. The owner gave it a sausage, and soon the terrible weapon was sitting politely for treats, doing tricks it had learned at the alien lab. A line of people formed, all wanting to give treats to the space puppy. It's forcing them to give it food. Commander Axe pulled at his uniform collar, sweating. Such evil genius. The Tokyo puppy found its way to a dog park. Soon it was playing with 20 other dogs, all of them running and barking happily. People took videos on their phones, saying how cute the alien puppy was. By the stars, Rod the scientist whispered, watching from his lab. They have an entire army of these beasts, and they let them run free. In Sydney, the puppy went straight to the beach. It played in the waves, chased seagulls, but never caught them, and got half the beach involved in a giant game of fetch with a beach ball. The creature has taken over an entire beach, Bix reported, trying not to smile. He was starting to understand what was really going on, but decided to let his superiors figure it out themselves. The Paris puppy might have been the most successful of all at making friends. It found its way to a cafe and learned that if it sat nicely by the tables, people would give it pieces of croissant. By afternoon, it had become the cafe's unofficial mascot. Look how it trains the humans to feed it. Rod made more notes on his computer. These beasts are smarter than we thought. Back on the main ship, Commander Axe was having a breakdown. Every screen showed scenes of people playing with, petting, or feeding the weapons. Some humans had even put bow ties on the puppies. I don't understand, he shouted, all 4 eyes blinking rapidly. Where is the terror? Where is the running and screaming? They're adopting weapons. Captain Tom's voice came through their communication system. He was at the New York park, watching the puppy play with the children. Commander Axe, he said kindly, would you like to come down and meet the puppies yourself? I think there's been a small misunderstanding about Earth's animals. Never. Axe stepped back from the screen. You're trying to trick me into coming close to those beasts. I've seen what they can do with a tennis ball. Imagine what they could do to me. They would probably lick your face and ask for belly rubs, Tom said, trying not to laugh. Aha. Commander Axe pointed at his crew. See, they use some kind of mind control. That's why the humans are so happy to let them lick their faces. On all 5 video feeds, the puppies continued to make friends, play games, and get treats. Somehow, the Stellar Dominion's ultimate weapons had become Earth's cutest alien visitors. And somewhere in his lab, Bix started writing a report titled, Why We Should Have Googled What Is a Pet before making our weapon plans. The main control room of Commander Axe's ship was in chaos. Crew members ran from screen to screen, watching in horror as their weapons continued to make friends across Earth. Some aliens hid under their desks every time a puppy barked on screen. Sir, A crew member called out, pointing at the London feed. The beast is doing something strange with its tail. Commander Axe rushed over. On screen, the puppy was wagging its tail while an old lady fed it cookies. It's building up power, Rod the scientist announced. He had come to the main ship to help understand what was going wrong. The faster the tail moves, the more dangerous they are. Then we're doomed, Bix said, trying to hide his smile. Because that tail is moving very fast for those cookies. The Paris video feed showed the cafe puppy rolling on its back, getting belly rubs from customers. The beast is shishowing etis weak spot, another crew member shouted. But TTE humans aren't attacking it. What kind of buariors are they? Maybe, Bix suggested quietly. They don't want to attack it. Everyone ignored him, too busy panicking about the Tokyo feed. The puppy there had learned to bow like Japanese people do. Every time someone bowed to it, it bowed back, making everyone laugh. It's mocking their customs. Rod made more notes. These creatures are evil geniuses. The Sydney puppy had found a swimming pool and was playing with children, bringing them floating toys. Look how it controls the water. Commander Axe's voice was getting higher. We made them too powerful. They can attack on land and in water. In New York, something even more terrifying was happening. The puppy had found a stick and brought it to a police officer. By the STRs, Rod nearly fell over. It's trying to arm itself. Quick, someone stop it before. They watched in horror as the police officer threw the stick, and the puppy happily ran to get it. Did that human just give the beast a weapon? Commander Axe's 4 eyes were as wide as they could go. And it brought it back for more training. Rod was typing frantically. The humans are teaching them to retrieve weapons. Bix looked at another screen showing the London puppy getting its photo taken with tourists. Sir, I really think we should consider the possibility that. Not now, Bix. Commander Axe waved him away. Can't you see we're in the middle of a crisis? Just then, Captain Tom's voice came through their communication system again. Commander Axe, we're having a small party in Central Park to welcome our new alien friends. Would you like to join us? The puppies would love to meet you. The entire alien crew screamed and backed away from the speakers. You're having a party. Commander Axe couldn't believe his ears. With the beasts. Well, yes, Tom said. We've named them, by the way. The New York puppy is now called Cosmos. The others are Star, Moon, Comet, and Nova. Very space-themed names, don't you think? THEYREGIVang them, names of power. Rod shouted, still taking notes. They're turning our weapons against us. On the screens, all 5 puppies were doing what puppies do best, making everyone around them happy. People were sharing videos online of the alien space dogs, and #SpacePuppies was trending worldwide. Commander, one crew member said weakly, should we send more weapons? No. Commander Axe fell into his chair. We can't risk it. They're clearly too powerful. Look how they've taken over Earth's social media. He watched as Cosmos, the New York puppy, fell asleep in the sun, surrounded by children reading it a story. Even when they're sleeping, they have mind control powers, Rod whispered. Truly terrifying. In the corner, Bix started writing a new report. Day 3. Still nobody has noticed that dogs are just fluffy balls of love. But he kept that report to himself. Sometimes, he thought, it was more fun to watch others figure things out on their own. After 3 days of watching their weapons become Earth's favorite pets, Commander Axe finally agreed to meet with Captain Tom. The meeting would happen in Central Park, but Axe had conditions. He wanted to be inside a protective bubble, and the beasts had to be at least 50 feet away. Tom agreed, trying not to laugh as he watched Cosmos, the New York puppy, chase butterflies nearby. The blue light beam appeared, and Commander Axe came down inside what looked like a giant hamster ball made of clear metal. His crew had given him 3 emergency buttons to return to the ship, just in case. "Welcome to Earth," Tom said kindly. "Would you like to learn about dogs?" "You mean the deadly beasts." Ax pressed himself against the far side of his bubble as Cosmos looked his way. "The ones you've somehow tamed." Tom sat down on a park bench and pulled out a tablet. "Let me show you something interesting. This is how dogs became our friends." He showed Ax pictures of ancient wolves and early humans. A long time ago, about 15,000 years ago, some wolves started following human camps to eat leftover food. "Ah," Ax nodded. "They were hunting you." "Actually, no," Tom smiled. "The friendlier wolves got more food. Over time, they started helping humans hunt, and humans started taking care of them. The wolves slowly changed. They became dogs." He showed more pictures, this time of different dog breeds playing with kids. "We didn't make them bigger or more dangerous. We made them friendlier. Dogs evolved to understand human emotions better than any other animal." Commander Ax's 4 eyes blinked in confusion. "But they have sharp teeth, and they're related to wolves." "Watch this," Tom said. He called Cosmos over, making Ax push his emergency buttons in panic, though he didn't release them. Cosmos trotted up and sat politely, tail wagging. Tom took a treat from his pocket. "Cosmos, can you shake hands?" The puppy lifted its paw gently. Tom shook it and gave the treat. "That's not a combat move?" Ax asked, loosening his grip on the emergency buttons. "Nope, just a friendly greeting." Tom smiled. "Dogs are what we call pets. Animals we keep for love and friendship. They're part of our families." He showed more videos. Dogs helping blind people cross streets, finding lost children, comforting sick people in hospitals. "Your research wasn't completely wrong," Tom explained. "Dogs are amazing animals. But not because they're dangerous. Because they're loving, loyal, and smart." Ax watched a video of a dog snuggling with a baby. His lower eyes started to soften. "They protect human babies. They protect anyone they love," Tom said. "Dogs are emotional support animals, therapy animals, rescue workers, and best friends." Something started to change in Ax's expression. He watched Cosmos roll over for a belly rub from a passing child. "So when they show their bellies, it means they trust you completely," Tom finished. "It's not a trick or a trap. It's love." Commander Ax stepped closer to the wall of his bubble. Cosmos noticed and walked over slowly, tail wagging. "That tail movement," Ax said nervously. "It's not charging up an attack." Tom laughed. "It means they're happy. The faster the tail wags, the happier they are." Cosmos sat down next to Ax's bubble and tilted his head, looking curious. For the first time, Ax didn't back away. "Would you like to try giving him a treat?" Tom held out a dog biscuit. Through the bubble, of course. Very slowly, Commander Ax reached out. His hand shook as he pressed the treat against the bubble. Cosmos gently took it, then licked the bubble where Ax's hand was, making the alien commander giggle for the first time in his life. "They're not weapons at all, are they?" Ax whispered, watching Cosmos enjoy the treat. "No," Tom smiled. "They're something much more powerful. They're friends." And that's how the commander of an alien invasion force learned that sometimes the strongest force in the universe isn't weapons or technology. Sometimes it's a wagging tail and a happy bark. 1 month after the terrible beast incident, things had changed a lot. The Stellar Dominion ships were still in Earth's orbit, but now they were welcome visitors instead of invaders, and it was all thanks to 5 friendly puppies. Commander Ax stood in Central Park, no longer inside his protective bubble. Cosmos, the New York puppy, sat next to him wearing a special collar that said Earth Space Ambassador in both human and alien writing. The puppy had grown a little bigger, but was still just as friendly. "I still can't believe we thought you were weapons," Ax said, scratching Cosmos behind the ears. He had gotten very good at giving ear scratches over the past month. Captain Tom walked up with coffee and some dog treats. Well, it led to something good, didn't it? He was right. After learning the truth about dogs, the Stellar Dominion had completely changed their view of Earth. Any species that could turn wolves into loving friends must be special. The trading agreement is working well, Axe said, taking the coffee. He had become addicted to it, like many of the aliens. Though I think my people are more excited about the puppy exchange program. That had been Rod the scientist's idea, surprisingly. After finally understanding dogs, he had started a program to help aliens adopt Earth puppies. There was already a long waiting list. "How is your puppy doing?" Tom asked. Axe's 4 eyes lit up with pride. He showed Tom pictures on his alien phone of a corgi puppy wearing a tiny spacesuit. "Little Star is amazing. She learned to use the gravity controls in my house to fetch balls in zero gravity." In the background, kids played with Cosmos, throwing frisbees high into the air. The bigger-than-normal puppy could jump amazingly high to catch them. Thanks to the aliens' enhancements, all 5 of the weapon puppies had kept their bigger size and extra strength, but they only used it for playing and helping people. "The other cities report the same thing," Tom said. "The space puppies are doing great work as ambassadors." It was true. In London, Star had become famous for helping old ladies cross the street. In Tokyo, Moon visited schools to teach kids about space. In Sydney, Comet worked with beach lifeguards, using his enhanced swimming abilities to help people. And in Paris, Nova had her own table at the cafe where she first made friends. By the way, Tom smiled. Bix's new job is going well. After everyone discovered his reports about dogs being fluffy balls of love, Bix had been promoted to head of Earth Alien Cultural Understanding. He was now writing a book called How I Tried to Tell Everyone Dogs Were Just Pets, a guide to avoiding invasion mistakes. Rod had changed too. Instead of trying to make weapons, he now studied how dogs and humans work together. He was especially interested in service dogs, calling them the most noble use of Earth's greatest technology, friendship. "The Council wants to know," Axe said, watching Cosmos play, "if we could expand the program. Not just dogs, but maybe cats too." Tom tried not to laugh. "Maybe we should wait on cats. They're a bit more complicated." Just then, Cosmos ran over with a stick, dropping it at Axe's feet. The alien commander, who once thought this was a sign of weapon training, now knew exactly what to do. He threw the stick, and his heart felt warm as he watched the happy puppy run after it. "You know what's funny?" he said to Tom. "We came to Earth looking for a weapon to conquer planets. Instead, we found something much more powerful." "Oh, what's that?" Cosmos returned with the stick, tail wagging so fast it was a blur. Axe threw it again, smiling as the puppy bounced away. "Love," he said simply. "We found love." And that's how the story of the alien invasion that failed because of puppies became a legend across the galaxy. Some say it's the reason why. To this day, every Stellar Dominion ship has at least one dog on board. After all, you never know when you might need a professional friendship expert.